Yeah, here we go for the 100th time. Hand grenade pins in every line. Throw them up and let something shine. Going out of my f***ing mind. Filthy mouth, no excuse. Find a new place to hang this noose. String me up from atop these roofs. Knot it tight so I won't get loose. Truth is you can stop and stare. Run myself out and no one cares. Dug the trench out, lay down there with a shovel up out of reach somewhere. Yeah, someone pour it in. Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away, just to throw it away. I bleed it out. Go, stop the show. Choppy words in a sloppy flow. Shotgun opera, lock and load. Cock it back and then watch it go. Mama help me, I've been cursed. Death is rolling in every verse. Candy paint on his brand new hearse. Can't contain him, he knows he works. This hurts, I won't lie. Doesn't matter how hard I try. Half the words don't mean a thing, and I know that I won't be satisfied. So why try ignoring him? Make it a dirt dance floor again. Say your prayers and stop it out when they bring that chorus in. I bleed it out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I bleed it out, digging deeper.
I think there was a lot of discussion among board members to try to reduce expenses as greatly as we could to balance, as you said, our $15+ million deficit. I think merging sports teams was going to happen. It was inevitable. A $15+ million deficit. You want to act quickly and swiftly, and I think that's what the board did. So. We ran those numbers throughout March and April, and we estimated anywhere between $160,000 and $165,000. What this means is that we have fewer coaches, we have fewer away games, we have to pay fewer officials, we'll have fewer staff having to mow the fields and line them and get them ready, we'll have to pay fewer people at the indoor games to collect tickets, to supervise those sort of things. So we haven't gotten to that level of detail yet, but I think it's fair to say Southside's going to have a brand new gymnasium. So it's very likely that basketball and volleyball and perhaps wrestling would be at Southside. EFA with their turf field, most likely the outdoor sports, the football, lacrosse, soccer, those sort of things. So, I don't think so. We've received a pretty decent reaction to the idea of creating a new mascot and new colors, and I think there's a lot of involvement and excitement around that. As some people have said, we have been slowly merging teams over the last 10, 15 years, so it's not new to anybody. We have student athletes right here at Southside that may play in the Southside baseball team, but are on the combined swimming or wrestling team, or vice versa. Someone at EFA that plays on a girls' team at EFA, but is on a combined team. So I think over time it's demonstrated that you can have both. And I think.
Tyler, what are your thoughts on the combining of the rest of the sports teams?
Honestly, combining the sports teams doesn't really faze me much. I mean, the swim team has had a lot of success with it. The teams, we bond very well together. There's not much. There's not really issues between it all. I like it.
Do you think it's going to ruin any school spirit?
Maybe a little bit in bigger, more team sports such as football and basketball, but in swimming, not so much. It's more of an individualized sport.
I have here with me Sean McGinley from the wrestling team. What do you think? How do you think the sports merger is going to affect everything?
I think it might be good for some teams, but for other teams, like for football, it's not really going to go well. I mean, some teams we've been rivals for a while and we've been looking forward to it, but for others, we might actually need the help to succeed better in it.
How do you think the chemistry between Southside and EFA is going to work?
As I said, it might work out good, it might work out bad. It depends on the sport, depends on the people that are in the sports and everything, and depends on the coaches and how good they coach everyone.
How do you think the sports merger is going to affect everything else?
Well, having a combined team, at first Southside had to combine with the EFA because we lost a majority of our tennis players. But now that we're combining with all of the teams that actually have players, it may be hard to combine the teams because there's going to be a lot of excess players. that may not make the team. But over time, we've adapted to where our team, as the tennis team, has gotten along very well. And we've developed a strong team with Elmira Free Academy.
How do you think combining sports is going to affect everybody's school spirit, and how long do you think it'll take for everybody to adjust to the change?
Well, for our team, it was a small contribution from Southside because we lost so many players, so that change was pretty quick. And school spirit, I'm hoping that we still have our own individual Southside pride, and Academy can keep their pride as well. But as a combined team, we'll definitely be able to push forward in the competition and make a lot better strides in the sporting events.
Dylan, what are your thoughts on sports merging?
I think it's stupid personally, but you're going to have more competition now. You're probably going to have a better team, and you never know what's going to happen.
But how do you think this is going to affect school spirit?
I think school spirit's going to go down a lot because we don't have the Erie Bell, and then if Corning already has a natural rival with it, so who's our rival going to be? There's no rivalry anymore. I think school spirit's going to go down a lot.
Yeah, we're wrapping up what that process will look like. And pretty soon we will identify the process, and most likely folks are going to either be appointed to the positions based on their experiences, or everyone's going to apply for the jobs. What we're trying to determine is what has been our process in the past. This is just going to create more of the same. But there's a lot of excitement. I mean, the voting today downstairs here at Southside about picking new colors and a new mascot.
Okay, so how this all worked out was when the Daily Buzz first found out about the merger, we created a survey asking plenty of questions about what the student body thought about it. Well, it came to a surprise to me and the Daily Buzz news team that it was pretty even in the students' mind if it was good or bad. But it seemed like the only thing the students cared about was the mascot and colors. So we asked everyone their opinions. The four top suggested in order was the Express, the Eagles, the Bulldogs, and the Devil Hornets. And for colors, the combinations were red, black, and white, green and blue, purple and gold, or orange and blue. So we did another vote using just those four choices for each. And the winners were the Eagles and red, black, and white, with the Express and green and blue in second. So the school board took that into consideration and took those two options to mind and decided to go with the Express and add their own choice as well. So the final vote involving the community was between the Express or the Titans. Also, they took our idea with red, black, and white and added in black, white, and teal. And they held a community-wide vote. And after everything was said and done, the Elmira Sports team became the red, black, and white Elmira Express.
Well, as you know, the sports merger came about as a result of some difficult budget decisions that had to be made. Speaking as a newly elected board member, I think that we'll have to continue to look at everything, all of our options, as well as what can we afford to do. The sports merger was just one of those hard decisions that was made this past school year, and we'll continue to look at those kind of tough decisions as we move forward.